hoş geldiniz. Ben Tunçer Gülsoy. Hoşsohbet programı başlıyor. Bugün konuğumuz Mısır Arap Cumhuriyeti'nin İstanbul'daki Ticaret Ateşesi Sayın Aly Basha. Sohbetimize İngilizce devam edeceğiz. Altyazıyla takip edebilirsiniz. Aly Bey, hoş geldiniz.
Merhaba Tunçer Bey. Thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast. My name is Aly Basha. I'm commercial diplomat and belongs to Egyptian Commercial Service, which is the commercial diplomacy arm for the Egyptian government. I start my career in 2000, almost 25 years ago. And recently, 1 year ago, I have been posted to Istanbul to work as a minister plenipotentiary and commercial consul for my country in Turkey. Turkey is one of our major commercial and economic partners in the region and in the world. I'm also very happy to work in this very special time of our relation. It is my honor to serve and support the business relations between Egypt and Turkey in this exceptional and very, very positive atmosphere in this time.
Okay, then let us start with the current situation in Egypt.
We have started, the Egyptian government has a very ambitious vision for 2030 to make our economy, growing and resilient and sustainable as well. The government already started its program reform many years ago, and now we are gaining the fruits, as if we can say. We start a very comprehensive series of reforms, monetary reforms, financial reforms, energy reforms, trade policy reforms. So the inflation rate, the government succeed to decrease the inflation rate to almost 15%. Hopefully in a couple of years we will reach 1 digit, and so we are on the right path. The government of Egypt already, through the economic group of the cabinet, which is working in harmony, they take many brave decisions actually, especially in the last 5 years, which is reflected on the main economic indicators of Egypt. Now, as I mentioned, the inflation rate, I think it comes to a little bit balanced percentage. The exports also, the performance of exports, of our exports is going, the exports are growing from year to year, and we are doing, and I'm sure that the other reforms which has been taken by the Egyptian government will reflect positively on this file, which is a priority to our government. Also, I can say that in terms of the monetary and the fiscal reforms, we have reformed and we have taken also a brave decisions in terms of the exchange rate of the Egyptian currency, the Egyptian pound. Fiscal, in terms of the fiscal reform, tax reforms has been done to decrease the burdens on the investors, either domestic Egyptian investors and foreigners as well. In general, the Egyptian economy now is resilient, and the last IMF estimates very positive for the growth rate. It is over 4%. It's for the third quarter of this year. So we are going to finish 2025 by a growth not less than 4%. And also the expectations and estimates for the next year as well, it's in the same range. So also our international reserve reaches and hit the $50 billion for the first time. So I believe our general economic indicators are positive and working well.
What are the priorities of Egyptian government in investment areas, also in foreign investment areas?
You know, Tunçer Bey, that the key for to do a revolution in your economy is to open your market for investments, FDI, foreign direct investments, and especially the industrial investments.
Yes,
and this is what Egypt the Egyptian government is really do to encourage, especially the industrial investments from abroad, And this is what we are witnessing also with the Turkish industry. It's estimated investment costs now maybe around 4 billion US dollar.
So how many Turkish companies, especially I know that many textile companies have invested into Egypt, somewhere between 300 to 400 companies.
Maybe more. Aly Bey. I will not stop on the number because it changed every
day. Yes.
Every day. Let's say 10 years ago, or maybe more than 10 years ago, the first wave of the investment, the Turkish investments in Egypt, concentrates only on textiles, mainly, 90%, 95%, textiles and apparel or ready-to-wear investments. But recently, we have seen for the first time, last year, we have Beko, it's electrical household appliances. And also we have giant Turkish companies and groups like Hayat Kimya, Shishigam, Evyab, and recently we will witness in the pipeline also a big investments in building materials as well.
What other Turkish companies do you want to attract, or what other sectors do you want to attract to Egypt?
Egypt is open for the advantages for the Egyptian economy and the atmosphere in Egypt, and also especially the industrial sector, that we are diversified economy first, and also in the industrial sector we are the same. We are diversified sectors or subsectors, sub-industrial sectors as well. So we have in Egypt light industries, heavy industries, textiles, furniture, home appliances, building materials, iron and steel products, and so on, and many more, chemicals, a lot of industries in Egypt. So the market is ready. Egypt is more than 110 million inhabitants. We have also more than 60% of the inhabitants in Egypt are youth. The main incentives, or tashwik in Turkish, as a system, Egypt offer to the foreign investors and our Turkish friends and brothers is the human being, the Egyptian worker, the Egyptian engineer, who really are doing very well. Maybe we are count on the transfer the know-how of the Turkish investors. Maybe they need more training. But end of the day, the outcomes, the productivity is very well and very much appreciated from many other foreign investors in Egypt. And also, not only the tashwik or the incentives, this is not only what we offer to the Turkish investors. We have, also a tax incentives for the new investors, including, exempting the new investors from a corporate tax in the first 5 to 7 years, according to the scheme of investments, because we have 3 investment schemes. We have free zone scheme, we have inland scheme, and also we have the Süveyş Kanalı Ekonomik Zone. This is our unique and iconic spot for investments in Egypt. It has its own regulations and very unique regulations, which give more incentives to the Turkish investors and the foreign investors. Plus taxes and other things. We have also the lands. The price for the utilities are very reasonable. Electricity, gas, fuel, water, and so on are available. Industrial lands as well are available with infrastructure. So, and very important point, we have a very, very unique and attractive network of free trade agreement. Egypt has a free trade agreement with all European Union, almost all Arab countries. And in Africa, we have a valid free trade agreement with COMESA, which is a common market for East and South Africa, around 19 or 20 African countries. And we are going to conclude, Egypt, and its partners in Africa, African countries, are going to conclude the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, AfCFTA, which is for the first time in the history, we will witness one single market, one single African market. So based in Egypt, for the Turkish investors to have a backyard production facility backing the current working facilities in Turkey, it's an asset to any Turkish investor.
So imagine that I am an investor or I have a plan to invest in Egypt. What should I do? Should I call you and say, Aly Bey, I am such and such person? How do I contact you?
Of course, commercial attaché or the commercial consul is the front line.
Yeah.
Always here. I'm based in Istanbul, by the way, not in Ankara.
Yeah, I know.
The economic hub in Turkey.
In Bebek.
Yes.
The very beautiful
our
embassy.
General consulate, my office inside. And always we are happy to receive any Turkish companies would like to ask, would like to investigate the market, would like to ask for our assistance to organize a visit for them and a program to visit Egypt and to have a very high-level meetings with the relevant authorities in Egypt. In terms of investments, we have relevant authorities. You have to knock the door, you have to hold a meeting, and you have to ask them, and they are very helpful. We have Ministry of Industry, Industrial Development Authority, GAFI, our investment agency in Egypt, and also we have Süveyş Kanalı Ekonomik Zone. We have some private developer companies who have lands are very, ready to invest. And more. I don't want to forget some other, of course, our headquarters in Egypt, the maestro for organizing these visits. We have a special division or directorate of investment promotion in ECS, my headquarters in Egypt. So all of us, we are working in a harmony. And again, I'm here, the front line. So please, you are most welcome to visit us, and we will give you the full support.
Thank you very much. Shukran.
Thank you so much, Tunç Bey, and really I'm so happy to participate in your podcasts and to give me the opportunity to speak to your audience. And I wish I could present a good information, knowledgeable information to them. Thank you so much.
I think you have done an excellent job, and I wish you and your family a happy stay here. And by the time, of course, you will be going back to somewhere else. But by that time, the Turkish-Egyptian trade relations will flourish beautifully.
Inshallah.
İnşallah.
Sure, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tam TV'de Aly Bey'i ağırladık. Kendisi Mısır Arap Cumhuriyeti Ticaret Ateşesi Hoşsohbet programı burada bitiyor. Lütfen abone olmayı unutmayın. Şimdilik hoşça kalın.